We'll be skipping obviously through a bunch of stuff today to figure out and try to find the best games available for you guys. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes not so much. We'll see how it works out. But here we go. Still's going to be on Soldier 76, Benji on Zaya, Alex will be on Mercy, Hayes on Lucio, we have Farah for Claws, and Kisa is going to be on the McCree. On the other side, on Copenhagen Flames as the action kicks off, Shina will be on the Mercy. We're going to have Kaya on Lucio, and Finif, who's doing some serious work there, picking himself up a double. I'll switch across to him on Farah. Jovel this time around, who was on the Reinhardt in the previous game, is on the Zaya. Nidra's playing on a Tracer, so we'll have a Tracer in there. And of course, Fimfi is on the Winston. So let's see, Cavalry is here. And point is captured by Copenhagen Flames. As expected, I think. I think we kind of saw that one coming. We'll see whether they can hold it though. As we mentioned, they were a far stronger team. In the fact that they finished it in, what, 4:43? That's a pretty damn quick time, no matter who you are on Dorado. Mercy is going to get picked off, but not before Farah gets killed there. Actually, Mercy did go down. That's a lie. Kira is taken very low, and this may well get contested here. You can see them trying to catch it out, but there's Primal Rage getting popped. Let's look across the Nidras. Nidras has his pulse bomb available. Let's see if he throws it down on the Zaya. Tries to. Doesn't manage to land it, though. It's a pretty poor swing and a miss. Farah up in the air. That's going to be Claws that's decided to make the switch across against the Zaya, but Finif is back. He was the man that caused all the problems before. You can see him getting boosted up by the Mercy. Graviton Surge used off the side there. I think it was a complete whiff. I don't think he caught anyone in it.
It pulled two people, but there was no one to get any kills. That was the unfortunate part. So I guess Benny kind of committed that one with maybe a little bit of miscommunication within the team, but nonetheless, it's going to be something they have to deal with here. As Copenhagen Flames have got the first point in this best of 5 on the Zhong Tower. Even Finif's now sitting on his barrage, available and ready to go. And if he pairs that in with Jovels, it could be dangerous.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty well so far. Finif, we can keep my eye on him. Why didn't he... was that Farah that's trying to hover around there? That's a loose barrage though. Does get Claws down, but not before Claws managed to finish him as well. So rocket for rocket in the faces. Back and forth we go. Nidris back on the Tracer, looking to work his way in. This point might get capped out here, you know. The way that Nidris is staying back, this tells me that they are a losing point. They've already decided we've lost it.
Yeah, Fimfi, well, he was just trying to stall while the rest of the team got back up and running. Nidris, he probably could have gone around the side and maybe looked for a 1v1, but unluckily for him, Toomuchvideogames are sticking together on the point, which makes Tracer a little bit weaker when you have to fight against the entirety of a team. And Claw's taking a rocket to the face here. Down about 30-40 HP, had to be healed back up here. But Copenhagen Flames are going for the attack. You have Jovels with 95% on his Graviton Surge. Look for it in this next fight.
Yeah. Let's have a look at Nidras. Jovel's the man I want to find. Avoids the pulse bomb coming out of Kisa. Manages to get the beam down. Not a lot great to the charge on that, so that's not going to be doing any damage at all. And instead, he should have been looking at shielding people rather than trying to do damage himself, because there was no damage to be had. Fortunately for him, the rest of his team have been wiped out, and this is a fairly successful defense from Toomuchvideogames. Yeah,
surprisingly, considering how one-sided the game has been so far, considering how one-sided Dorado was. They are showing that they can skirmish decently well here. Benny's going to have the Graviton Surge up. Fimfi's going to charge straight into the back, looking for that Mercy ideally, but he's being blocked off by Syl on the Soldier. So he won't be successful here, and it looks like Toomuchvideogames will be able to hold yet again. Even Benny is just sitting on the Graviton Surge, waiting to use it for this next fight, because they know they've already won this.
And that's what he was waiting for. There's the Graviton Surge going down. What's going to be followed on through it? Anything doesn't matter. There's a whole lot of damage, but the beat was indeed dropped there from Kia. Will keep them alive for a while, but only so long. Are they going to be able to keep the point? That's the question. It's a pretty close 2-on-2 fight in and around the point there. You can see Claws is hovering from above. He's in an aerial battle with Fimfi. He's trying to force him back. Will manage to get the Winston down in the last rocket and forces them away from the point. They got to 92% Copenhagen Flames before they lost this point. Now we're at 87% and counting for Toomuchvideogames. This might not be all she wrote just yet. They've really stuck together well on the point.
Copenhagen Flames, this is basically their last attack. Already at 97%. They're going to at least contest it, which will throw it into overtime. Claws does get the double connect onto Finif, and that does give them the advantage here coming into this fight. They have the man advantage. They have the barrage, which is almost whiffing, but is able to catch out on Jovels, and still looking for another return kill here.
Rest of the team are in trouble though. They've got to deal with Nidres as well. Nidres had that pulse bomb, didn't see where he placed it, but Kissa manages to get himself the double. That's more importantly than Mercy that went down as well. Overtime ticking, they've just got to keep them off point, and it does look like Claus is going to do that. Can they get... No! Finfin manages to get his ulti off, goes down in the process. They have one on the point, but he's cleared off. The resurrect is going to come too late. It doesn't matter. Toomuchvideogames take it 1-0 here. Well, on Lijiang Tower, wasn't expecting that. At 92% to 0, they turn it round.
Really surprising too that Copenhagen Flames couldn't come back from that, just considering how well they worked together on Dorada. But let's see, going into the next point, this one's a little bit more open, a little bit more prone to Ferris, even though Claus has been able to win out against FNIF in a couple of these duels, and also the double soldiers. So Copenhagen Flames rocking one, Toomuchvideogames rocking one, but Toomuchvideogames have a little bit more ability with Kissa playing over on Tracer, so it's gonna be a little bit tough for Copenhagen Flames, as they are lacking a little bit of damage. We have to hope that Nidres and FNIF can kind of come up big for their team.
And there we go. Concussive Blast was used pretty poorly. It went straight on towards the shield of the Xayah. It's obviously the standard setup, try and blow them off the bridge as they come around the corner there, but didn't work out for him. Meanwhile, let's have a look at Nidres on the ground. Rather than the aerial battle that's going on, forced away. FNIF actually, as soon as they switch away from him, gets himself a double there. Kissa and Sil, that's the Tracer and Soldier 76 picked off. There's going to be the Mercy taken down from the air. The point has opened up, and you've got to feel this is going to go Copenhagen Flames' way once again. The question is, can they hold it this time?
Looking at ultimates across the board. We do have both Mercies getting relatively close, though Sheikah does have a bit more of an advantage. I'm looking more towards the Zaryas, though. Whoever has the ult advantage there, because they're both at like 39, 40%, right? But it comes down to the engagement and how much they can actually hit people to have an opportunity to build it up. As Benny already falls, this gives a huge advantage to Copenhagen Flames into the fight after, if they can maintain and hold this point for now.
Claus, his ulti as well used there, trying to take the point, but unfortunately nothing came from it. They're losing the point here. FNIF realizes it, where they're going to try and clear that one out. There's the Mercy coming flying in. He's got his barrage ready. He could have just nailed him right there, but instead he lets him get the resurrect through, and they've lost the point, I think. They're back completely away from this. FNIF just sitting on the barrage, didn't find a moment to use it. They've still got people in and around the point though. Here we go. Has to use the barrage this time around. Yes, he will. Manages to get himself 3 in the process, or assisted at least, and will clear out the site. Teammates there for Copenhagen Flames.
So, I mean, they could have won the fight off the get-go with the barrage, stopping the Alexar getting the revive, but they won it in the end anyway. It's just a little bit too close for my comfort. But this does give an advantage for Copenhagen Flames, for Sheikah, who does have his res available. So we got to find out how he's going to use it. Kissa switching over to McCree, over from Tracer, able to get the assist onto one with the help of the flashbang, but the team just seems so disjointed that Nidres is able to pick up 2 kills.
Yeah, Nidres gets himself triple there. As his tactical visor just burns them down before they can even get to the point here. 82% and counting. Remember, they got to 92% last time before he got turned around. I can see Sil actually on the flank here. Let's try and have a look across to him. Tactical visor ready and waiting to go. He's got the 2 supports. Lucio bouncing in there, drops the beat. No one really near him though. Claus manages to get it, I think. Tactical visor will get popped here. They will take out the Winston, and now they can keep working them down. Keep them away from the point. Shinner doesn't have his ulti available, so they could clear the point here.
I'm not sure why they didn't even bother to do that one, but let's see. They're able to hold on to the point for now. It's still in overtime. It looks like Toomuchvideogames has been able to capture it back. Copenhagen Flames, where was the focus on Sil? He was just sitting there with the tactical visor in front of 4 of you, and no one attacked him. And even Kya can't even hold on to the point, just trying to run around the wall in the center.
99%. Again, they reach. Let's see if they lose out completely here. They all back away. And you've just got to wonder, was that communication? Because Finfy was there. He would have seen the 3 of them coming from the back. Claus hovered in as well.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
there's
sure.
4 from the back, and they were all looking the other way to the bridge. They were just off the point.
Should never have been flanked like that. I mean, from 2 different sides. Guard Surgeon coming through though to pull them all together. Copenhagen Wolves gonna be using, or Flames using theirs as well, but I'm not sure exactly why. He could have just held off a little bit longer, but they might have been able to actually run this fight. But there's Alexar getting the revive off, looking for the revive at the back that Sheikah used his earlier too. And it's just a big-ass skirmish.
Claus, you had your barrage available. And he was trying to wait and find that perfect time. I'm not too sure. Tactical visor was burned by Nidres, and he manages to come in and clear the point. Remember, if they lose this point, We're at 99%. There's not going to be a great deal left for them to try and get in here. No Tracer spam anymore. Remember, on 1 hero limit, they're going to try and get in as close as they can. Not going to happen. It's 1-1, tied up here on Lijiang Tower. 1-0 still in terms of games in total for Copenhagen Flames. But Toomuchvideogames, they're showing they've got a little something, just a little uncoordinated.
Just both teams so uncoordinated. I don't know, it's a little bit rough to kind of watch and to kind of get in their heads, but it's also extremely hard as a team, you know, coming together. I don't think these teams have been, you know, around for a while, at least in these forums, to kind of work on the synergy and work around what you need to focus down for these kills. Pretty similar compositions, though. Toomuchvideogames playing a McCree, not playing a Soldier, which a Soldier is just good in every situation currently. And that does give Nidrez an advantage. They have the fair Soldier combo. When Toomuchvideogames are more about fighting you on the ground and hoping for McCree to get a flashbang up with Kissa to kind of focus in to pick up a kill.
He's hoping he can pick out Shinnet in the air there. Can't quite get him. The Mercy will manage to get his way through. Gets a quick and easy kill on Fnif there. He managed to just gift it to him. Nidrez as well. He gets taken down, and suddenly this McCree is working out. Is it going to be enough? The flashbang misses. Tries the right click on towards the Winston's face, but remember, it did get changed. Can't quite do as much, and will finally get chasing down. But he did a lot of damage at the start there. That
Most
switch
importantly,
across to Kisa.
He was alone. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't the entire team just turn kill him, and then you have a 6v5 man advantage? And somehow, he just doesn't get disrupted. Communication's got to be a little bit wonky in the side of Copenhagen Flames. They're going back in the attack here, trying to get this point away. Nidrez getting very, very low up against Ben, who was able to track him down, but does escape for now. And it looks like Toomuchvideogames are able to maintain the point. Waiting for the ultimates, I guess, mostly to come online here as you see Nidrez just trying to run in and out, just trying to make them focus down on him and maybe try to put all their aggression towards him. But that Winston in the corner, Claws, it's just going to be dropped immediately.
Well, high noon, you've got to get out of the way of this one. It will finally close down Seal before he gets his chance to get that one off. Graviton Surge used, but not a great deal of follow-up. Kisser gets himself one with the pulse bomb, but that may well be all she wrote for him, as the rest of his team have kind of been swept aside here. Can't see the kill feed. It's still not over yet. Now he's getting support coming around there. Can he get the Farah dealt with? Goes straight back into a Winston's Tesla cannon. Hazel will manage to pick himself up the 2 and still gets it clear. They're going to hold the point, Jason.
Neither team's even trying to focus down the other's Mercy. You know, the fact that Sheikah's able to just fly right in with Guardian Angel and get a revive kind of shows that Kissa's not focusing the right man down. He's just trying to kill anyone that's actually near him. He almost killed himself playing up with that pulse bomb. But it looks like Copenhagen Flames will be able to turn the point back for themselves. So down 62%, tied up in this best of 5 on Lijiang Tower, but ahead 1-0 in the series. This could get them one step closer to advancing through into this next round.
Yeah, there is. It is a best of 5. Remember, just as same as you guys playing competitive mode. Currently online, trying to get your rank settings higher and higher, and not working out for some of you. Too easy being one of those. Actually, lost a rank earlier today. Said he wasn't so good. Didn't fail to perform when he had a lot of viewers. That was his big problem.
Sounds like the story of his life.
Performance anxiety.
Still, you're not going to escape this one. He will fall, which gives Copenhagen Flames, again, the man advantage. The Toomuchvideogames have to just wait for Syl to respawn back in. They switch Kissa over from the Tracer to the Soldier, needing more of that steady damage. And especially something to deal with Fnif, who, on fair, really doesn't have anyone to deal with them prior to these switches.
Bit of the ways to the Hex Rocket. Sarah felt long range hit and hope, but was never really likely to land that Primal Rage coming out from Fimfi, forcing them back. Does get himself a bit of free shots on towards the Lucio. Managed to take him down with the rockets as well. Now, can they build on this one? No, because Fimfi has just shut down 2 more around the side. And the point will continue ticking in the favor of the Copenhagen Flames.
And look at Fnif, he's just more than happy. Just keep sparing rockets to this tight area. If they keep coming this direction, he's like, all right, some free damage, some free kills maybe. Not to mention free ult percent. Most importantly, he's already now at 94%. Going to have it up for this next fight. And you have to wonder how are Toomuchvideogames going to attack this, because this could potentially be their last attack or their last full-on attack. They don't have the greatest ultimates alive. They do have the Graviton Surge with the Deadeye, but they don't hit anyone with the Graviton Surge. That's a major miss out of Benny, and Copenhagen Flames smart enough back away to the point.
That's a pretty bad miss there, and you can see Fnif getting ready. He wants to land that barrage. He's just trying to hover as high as he can. Keeps the Mercy out of the place. Just clears himself until that Deadeye is cleared. And now he's got his barrage ready and waiting to go. Catches him just in mid-resurrect. Gets himself a couple of kills, but it may not be enough there as still manages to get two himself. And they are clearing the point here, Jason. We could be going back and forth again.
Very well could happen, but I mean, look at Claws. Actually, sorry, Finfey trying to hold on to the point in the Primal Rage form. He's eventually going to fall here. The overtime will stop taking away as we're now having Toomuchvideogames capture. So they used a big Graviton Surge to open up the actual point, which, funny enough, didn't really work out. But the revive was the most important part of that fight. And now Jobbles, you know, speaking of Graviton Surge, is going to have his up for this fight, which will completely turn the tides of it. The problem is he doesn't have anything to combo with for him, unfortunately. And Hayes does have Sound Bear, so maybe he could somehow bait it. If he gets Hayes to use Sound Bear earlier on, then they can go for the re-engage after that to force the fight.
Perfect position there for Silt. Try and get the ulti down. Does manage to get it up, but gets nothing from it. How is that possible? Must have been the shield or something blocking it. I don't know where. He managed to get nothing from a Deadeye when they're all Graviton surged up. But either way, he manages to avoid it. They hold the point. Kisser has been in some serious work actually since making this switch to Soldier 76. Did get taken down there, but he's been definitely a big change for them, switching from that Tracer.
Well, they held the point long enough to get Finfey in there to buy some more time for his team. It's all about that Lucy on the side, trying to knock them off the wall. They're going to rush straight through Jobbles, so they will keep it contested. They'll keep it overtime for now, but there's just really no backup. There's no kills coming in for them. But the Graviton Surge is going to be the final nail in the coffin here. Toomuchvideogames are going to take the second point of Lijiang Tower. Sorry, third.
So that's twice the Copenhagen. Actually, all three games, Copenhagen Flames have won the opening exchange, but not been able to hold the point. This time they got to 99% again, and still couldn't hold the point. Incredible. How is it even possible that this is happening? But anyway, Toomuchvideogames. Will we be taking this to a third map? I wonder. If they win this one, we certainly will be. If the Copenhagen Flames manage to pick it up, we're going the distance. Let's see how it goes. Kisser sticking on the Soldier 76, so they've learned, they've adapted, this is what they feel is the best. And honestly, why not? It won them the last round.
They're just running one tank though, which is really risky here. It's just all on Benny to stay alive and kind of be that formidable force, and they're hoping they can shoot out Fnif, the Pharaoh, on the other side before he really has an opportunity to accomplish too much. You can already see his health bar's gone down. Claws somehow does hit the direct rocket, then the follow-up. And Copenhagen Flames, they're going to be pushed off this first point.
Dangerous flank there from Kisser. I was totally waiting for the concussive blast to just come round that corner, blow him off the edge. Claws does manage to get himself the opening kill. That's Kia going down on the Lucio, which means the point for the first time actually in these King of the Hill style rounds on Lijiang will go the way of Toomuchvideogames. They're already 2-1 up, and there's a couple of headshot dinks there going onto the Winston as he passes on by.
Claws able to get the kill on the Finfey, so that's going to be one of their tanks now gone. The second one, Job, was already really low on HP, down below half. So he's just trying to stay alive with the help of Shinka, who does have his res available, but they're being forced back. Still just going to be charging straight for the help of Benny. Copenhagen Flames have to go back to the drawing board again. They're really being held off this first point. I feel like Toomuchvideogames has adapted pretty well to what they needed, and they're running a really risky play with only one tank, but it's working out for them.
Absolutely. Claws has now got himself boosted, so they're going to try and flank. They're going to go around the back through the middle. It would appear. Take the bull by the horns, but you can see Claws got himself in that high position. Has to deal with him. Unlucky he went for that reload there because it was the perfect chance, but now he's found Mercy completely untouched, unprotected around the back there. The Mercy will survive. I don't even know how he managed to live through that barrage that was coming towards him. Speaking of barrages, doesn't he want to use it? Doesn't need to. He's found Shinner alone around the side again.
I'm not sure how he's not picking up these kills, but
yeah,
you can see this Mercy plan of him is doing work.
There we go.
Yeah, able to finally get taken down. Claws finally securing the second shot there, but point still in there for the Soundbreak going to be used just to force Copenhagen Flames off the point, and they will be able to do just that. But keep in mind, Copenhagen Flames, they have perfect ultimates up for this. They have the Graviton Surge, they have the Barrage, they have the Tactical Visor, and they even have the Primal Rage out of Finfey if they can just get in a position to make use of it. This could be the big turning point of the game.
Well, let's see if they can make it work. Jovel's going to get his ulti ready and waiting to go. Here we go. The push comes through. They need to find them, claps them in there. Graviton Surge, he's looking for it. He's looking to see if there's an opportunity. There's a barrage coming down from Claws. Claws manages to get Sheena down. Oh my god, that's the Mercy dropped. So now they have to try and land this ulti combo without any support. And it's not going to happen. Jason, this looks like it might well be a third map.
Finfy didn't even use Primal Rage during that fight. He got bursted down before he had an opportunity to do it. The overtime's going to be taken away, but they will have the Primal Rage out of this Winston to keep them alive for longer. The Grouton Surge went in and out of Benny to hold them off point. And they picked up Sheena. That's the Mercy now gone. They're going to have a Tactical Visor to be used. They still have the Grouton Surge, but they're not even bothering to go for it. The overtime's taken away. They're not going to get up point quick enough.
Wow.
And we're going to a third map.
Wow. I did not expect that after the first payload game. 1-1. Okay. See what they can choose. Play the match comes out from Finfy. It's going to be some serious Tesla cannon action, then followed by a Primal Rage. Just smashing them all off the point. I think he just smashed two of them off the edge there. It's always nice when you got your Primal Rage going, you manage to catch them off. So,
I mean,
King's Row is going to be the third.